Okay, a quick update on the International Travelette project. We spent a couple of nights this week enjoying the cool evening weather and able to get outside and work and weld and not have to suck so many fumes. And we got this back floor section replaced and really pleased with the way it came out. I've got some cleanup grinding and a few things to do, but it all worked out well. I tell you, they really made these things out of some serious metal. You can just burn this sheet metal in like it's nothing. So I'm really impressed with International's quality. Also came back here and spot welded. I showed in a previous video where we had drilled holes for spot welds for this back skin, and it's now attached to that cross brace and welded in nice and solid. And again, I got to grind it a little bit, but it's not even going to show, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then up front, we took the old bumper that came with the truck, and it had been crunched pretty good in the middle, and I was able to cut the ends of it off and welded this piece of plate and got the startings of a winch mount. I got a winch I'm going to go pick up later today, and as I have time I'll start building the winch cradle and brace it up. It's just barely tacked together really, but I'll box all of it in and do a lot of back bracing where the winch can tie into the frame and everything be really strong. But I think that's going to be a cool look, and it's a way of salvaging apparently a worthless bumper. And then I also purchased a new valance, this panel right here. I found one of those about 7 or 8 miles from the house. A guy had a real nice one, and then he also had a fender, which I needed desperately. And the fender I bought's really solid, really clean everywhere, except it's got a little bit of rust at the bottom down here, which is not that unusual, but this one's really solid. So I'll cut the bottom of this one off and use it to patch the one I bought. And the one I bought also does not have the gas filler in it, so that's another hole that I don't have to worry about filling, because obviously I'm not going my tanks are in the back, so I'm not going to be using this. So anyway, that's where we're at, and I'll keep adding to this until we get a whole video together. Okay, so we picked up our used winch, got our lead rollers with it, and got a piece of 8-inch C-channel that I just happen to have, which is perfect. And we've drawn out here what we're going to cut out. The winch will sit here, the lead rollers will go there, and then we'll box everything in. And that section on the front of the bumper is 30 inches, is what we've got here. So we're going to saw this out and make a little progress on our winch mount. Okay, so we got our piece cut. That's roughly what the beginnings of the mount will be like, and then we'll weld some pieces to the front of this, mount our lead rollers here, and then this side will get boxed in at an angle, tied up into the bumper, and then we'll do some bracing behind, tying it into the frame, and I think it'll look pretty cool. Okay, I hadn't planned on getting this far on this today, but my shop is such a mess. I decided if I could get the winch mount roughed in, I would have somewhere to bolt the winch, so the winch didn't have to lay around in the floor of the shop until I got around to it. So anyway, we got the bulk of it welded up. It's still got a lot of bracing to do and more welding, and but I think it looks fine and it's going to serve the purpose. We'll do some bracing on the sides and box things in a little better. I'm going to neaten up the cables and replace the cables. It's kind of interesting. I picked up this winch from a guy on Marketplace, and it's in good shape cosmetically, and he said it worked, but I don't think he had used it lately, and it did not work. And it was this, I guess you can see this. I have never seen a cable it basically just turned to dust inside. It looks great on the outside. It's not damaged. None of the other cables are like that. But I replaced this cable and it works great, and it wouldn't do anything with this. So anyway, I'm glad we were able to troubleshoot that and not have to worry about taking it back. So anyway, that's where we got to today. Okay, I've got my cowl panels cut out and welded in. So that's gonna solve a lot of future problems. Like I've said all along, this truck has very little rot in it, but the main place it does have rot is the cowl area, which is very common. And from the pictures I've seen of a lot of these trucks, I got lucky, because some of them are just, I mean, they're rotted up above the windshield and all around the windshield and the cowl, and you know, that's a lot of work to fix. And I have discovered that if you stop water from coming inside a vehicle, it's a whole lot better than trying to give it somewhere to go. And that's what they do with these cowls. They have drains in the bottom, and it doesn't take any time for them to get stopped up. You know, leaves, dirt, you know, critters, anything, and then you start having water sitting, and the rot starts and it never stops. So with air conditioning, I have no desire to have fresh air cowl. I've got wind wings on the truck anyway, if I need a little fresh air. And so anyway, I got these cut out, and the first round of tacks are in. I need to grind some of the tacks, go back and finish filling it in, and it'll take a little skim of filler, but for the most part they came out pretty good. And straight ahead there was the only real rotted spot around the windshield, and I wanted to go ahead and try to fix it, at least get it watertight for now. I'm not ready to take the windshield out. I'll get all that smoothed up, sealed up good, and then when we do put a windshield in it, there'll be a couple other little spots I'm sure that'll need to be attended to. And then there's a little bit of rot behind the window lip where that hole was at that I just fixed, and I'll fix that when it's out. No big deal. My goal right now is to get this truck watertight when we finish the front part of the floors. And with this being done right here, drip rails are in great shape, and then I won't have to worry about this truck if it sits outside. Won't have to worry about it getting water in it. And then as we piddle with the body and get it like we want it, we won't have to worry about anything we've done on the interior getting wet or damaged. So anyway, this will probably wrap up this video. If this video looks a little weird, I filmed this whole video on a pair of Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Thought I would try a set and just see if it works for doing stuff in the shop. So anyway, let me know what you think of that. So thanks for watching.